Hello and welcome back to another night. Tonight, Zombie Nation. Now this is going to be a lot like Ouija Room. Sorry,
No,
Ouija.
nothing like that.
Where a part of me doesn't want to shit on an indie film,
I will.
but at the same time,
I will.
this was awful in every way. Okay, I can overlook the sets. I can overlook some of that because indie film, I get a budget. However, even with the limited budget, you can make your set look like a real place, and none of these did. Like that police station, no. I've seen how you can mock up a police station.
The whole movie was set in one warehouse, and they used different parts of the warehouse for every different thing.
And it looked awful. And there was a gong in the police station for no reason, and just everything was out of place and weird looking and wrong. And then the acting was just as awful. When you're in a movie, or anywhere, ever, for any reason, when you talk, there's a certain tone and cadence and rhythm and a way that you emphasize certain syllables of words. Like if I say to you, "Hi Tyler, how are you doing?" That's how a human talks. If I say, "Hi Tyler, how are you doing?" Like that's not normal. That's not how you deliver words. Unless you're the dude from Star Trek, whose name I forgot, and therefore ruined my own joke. But that's not how people talk. Yet in movies like this, that's how everyone talks. It's infuriating because it's so easily correctable, but it's always bad. Thoughts, or should I go on? Because I can so go on.
So this movie was filmed on a Kodak disposable camera and
God.
developed at CVS.
Yeah, I don't get the cinematography and the lighting and any of that. That was...
So Uli Lamel, he's a washed-up porn producer that wanted to get into movies because no one would let him do porn anymore. So he's like, "I'll show you bastards." And then this went to Russia, and it won 4 Academy Awards in Russia.
You know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if that first half was true, because his porn would have been terrible if it was shot like that too. This was just... oh my god. And they had music throughout the movie, which first of all, and I brought this up while we were watching, the thing's called Zombie Nation, and despite using a lot of music that sounded like it was from the 90s, none of those songs were Zombie Nation.
Because they
Which-
couldn't afford it.
Well, how did they get any songs?
Because they were probably shitty ones that some guy randomly made. That one rave song, it sounded to me like a knockoff of Blue.
It very much did. Yes. I know exactly what scene you mean, because yes.
What scene? There was like 4 different scenes where they played that same goddamn song. All inappropriately.
And also, to keep going on the shit train here, the plot is just as bad too. Like I don't think there was a single moment where there wasn't a plot hole actively on display.
And it jumps around, and the editing's garbage.
But like these 5 zombie women, which they're zombie women now for a reason, I guess. And in the end, they become police, even though originally they were all missing at one point or another, and they just forget the fact that they were missing and investigated by that same department, and the fact that they're all early 20s and have no experience in law enforcement and no degrees or training. They all replace the entire police force, even the non-corrupt ones, even the captain. I don't... Like I said, I can excuse a few things in indie films, but I've also worked on a few indie films. You can easily do better. Like, a lot of this doesn't need to be this way. You can write a plot without giant, gaping fucking holes in it. You can act semi-convincingly. You can write lines that sound like humans talk. Like, this is just absolute shit. And the sad thing is someone put effort into this, and this is the best they can come up with. Like, I really hope this was the last film he ever did, because this is not... No, we should not be telling these people to make more movies like this. This was awful. No. I will very rarely give a movie a 0, aside from maybe Dead Girl. But, and I love you, Philip Morris. But I will give this one a 0. There was no redeeming qualities. There was nothing good. Any effort or energy or money that was put into this was entirely wasted. This was just horrible.
I want to say I feel bad for all the actors in this movie that are like Hollywood wannabes, that this was the only film they can get hired for, but damn it, if you're that desperate, just walk away. Just walk away. You have more more pride in your own life than this.
That's what I wonder. Like, okay, we've worked on a movie. We've made that clear. I promise I'm not trying to self-fillet here. It's relevant. Like, when we're doing scenes and stuff, if you feel like your own delivery is that shit, or if you watch the playback and that's how it looks, don't you instantly feel bad and want to do it again?
Yeah.
Like,
And I haven't seen much of the playback on my stuff, so I'm worried that I'm going to turn out this bad.
How do you see this? Because I'm sure they went to a screening or saw the playback or saw rough edits as it progressed. They had to, because there's a lot of moments of ADR. So they saw scenes. How did they see that and then still think, yeah, no, that was good. Let's keep that. Yeah, that looks great. Like, what are you doing? This was horrible. I could go on forever. There was nothing in here that was convincing. Like, this may have been shot in an alternate universe.
There was one thing that you said when they were ripping through the guy's stomach.
That was one like 4-second moment of good effect.
They had a legit pig's head in the movie, and that was cool because it was a legit pig's head. And then they probably got that same butchered pig, shaved its fur off, and made used that as the.
Oh, I'm sure that wasn't like a human or a prosthesis. It was an animal of some sort, most likely a pig. Yeah, and they just pulled out the. I think that was the liver. Although when they bit into it, that was clearly just a Jello mold because it was a different color and texture. But yeah, so okay, that is the one redeeming thing. There was a 4-second scene where they had decent effects. The actors in the scene still had horrible makeup and couldn't act, but the effects were good for those couple seconds. And that's pretty much all the good. Like, I'd rather stare at these LED lights for the next hour and a half.
Far away from this. It's bad.
It is. Oh god, that was awful. And we'll come back tomorrow for, I can say for certain, a better movie. Because it can't possibly be worse than this. So, we'll see you then.
Jesus Christ.